Hey everybody, this is Jerry Q back again. Um, right now I'm working. This is my new job. Um, I don't sound. Please please excuse my smarmy smugness. How I sound when I say that. But through some kind of unexplicable thing, sort of like I don't even know the analogy to use. Um, Sort of a needle in a haystack, or the opposite. I don't know. But I end up spending hours and hours a day scrolling online, doing this and that, and you know, clicking on a bunch of supposed opportunities. Most of them are scams and just bullshit. Sometimes it really. I try not to be critical. You think that I should have known better early on. After filling out 100 surveys to get nothing, or 300 um, things for freebies. I never got anything free. Um, Never got anything from any of these surveys. Any number of other different stuff that you guys are subjected to all the time. Um, Imagine that many of you are smart enough not to even fall for it. So, anyways, a few days ago, I get contacted by this person, and they're like, "Oh, this opportunity and whatnot." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever," but I'm kind of going along with it, and because it had a different tone to it, and so he said, "Okay, so we do this," and so I go along, kind of segues together, and then uh, so I do this little trick, these things was, okay, you can make all this, and this is here. So we're gonna do like this little training module, and then we'll, do a little work and you make some money. So I'm like, all right, cool. So it goes through this, and it's really kind of simple. They're really trying to explain a lot of stuff that I don't really understand. Um, and then so I do the training thing, and then and I do a segment, like I mean, what you call them, sort of a data set. It's sort of like I think what we're titled as is like data specialists. So we're inputting stuff. We're actually more like prompting things, and it's hard to explain because it's going to take a while for me to really understand all this. Um, but we're like uploading this stuff, and this is stuff that kind of help promote and um, maybe help improve the rankings of different apps and stuff. Like I say, it's a little boring, but being kind of skeptical, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna play along. So at the end of it, I end up with like I'm not sure what the exact balance was, but originally I think I was supposed to get like $15 for the training module, and then my tutor and recruiter and angel, we're gonna say, um, uh, tossed me I think a little bonus within that, um, and so for a relatively brief period of work, basically pushing these buttons, um, which I've been doing for hours and hours every day for the last year and a half or so. And oh, wait a minute, I could be done already. No, wait a minute. Okay, loading. Okay, just make sure I got. Last time I was going on, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't keep working. Um, and then uh, and I was done already. I was already done with the first set. Okay, I couldn't read it. It could be the same thing. I gotta see what this pop up says. I may be done. Right now I'm just wasting. Please contact. Okay, we're done. Wow. So we started that at 6:02. Okay, so 9 minutes. 9 minutes. I did the. I'm gonna write this down just so I can. Um, uh, um, okay. Damn. Now I got touch up preferred. Find out what I'm doing to. The hardest part of today was just trying to get this Bitcoin um, transaction completed because I'm still a little developmentally disabled with some of this internet stuff, and I was having difficulties um, copying this Bitcoin address. Um, okay. Uh, all right. And the last message you get the last message said, but um, okay. Anyways, I'm messing up this yeah, all kinds of gaps. This is gonna be a horrible video. Maybe just archive for right now. Um, anyways, and then one of the things I just mentioned is like this thing, like they work in Bitcoin, which is totally crazy. So then I'm like taking money off, off my Cash App, and I'm buying Bitcoins, and then we transfer, we put that on account with this advanced money when we're doing this, and then when we're done, they pay us back. They pay us back in Bitcoins, and then um, and then we have to, well, we don't have to, but for practical purposes, we have to sell the Bitcoins and convert it back to real money. Um, and there we are. Um, but this is really amazing. We're going to see how this goes. Um, I keep waiting for there to be a catch. But in that first little bit, I ended up netting um, $72, and then it cost me like $1.99 to a fee to for Cash App to sell the Bitcoins or Curve Bank or whatever. And then once again, so then here we are again today, and then we end up like paying another fee to, for this transaction to buy the Bitcoins, and then yet again paying another little fee to transfer that to this other account or whatever quicker. Then I guess it could have been free if you wanted to wait like a day, or it would be like two something if you wanted to wait 2 hours, and if you wanted in like 20 minutes, then you have to pay like another $1. So Cash App is just they're like another Securus or oh, I forgot what the original name was, but anyways, interesting stuff. We'll update this more, but Jerry Q out. Thank you for watching.